Just one. Okay, yeah, we're good. What's up? Get our music going. Ooh, Player J coming in. What's up, dude? Office UK. I've seen you in a while. What's up, bro? Man. Painting all day. I'm kind of burned out on painting. So I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to just gonna have a chill stream. We're gonna be building a Bandai kit, Gundam model kit. And a friend of mine went to Japan not too long ago and made a stop by the Gundam base. Their exclusive stores up there. Picked me up this Zaku. Camera out just a little bit more. Yeah, so we got this. This is called the real type, like 20th century real type color scheme. Something like that. Kind of a newish. It's been out for a few years, but it's, you know, it's a Gundam base exclusive, so that's pretty cool. See those colors a little better. Goob. Thanks for that follow. What's up, dude? Yeah. So, oh, hey, we're getting a big old raid from Kenny. What's up, everybody? Stuff late. Yeah, so last time we were painting on some old world stuff. Still got our guy right here, the Slayer King. He's almost done. I got like a couple of little things to do, like his base, be a little bit of detail work, but I've been painting all day, so I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna chill out, gonna do something a little bit more relaxing, and I got this Gundam kit from a friend of mine who went to Japan recently. I was kind of showing off the box and everything, so got our super cool Zaku variant colors from the Gundam base store. You can see those colors a little bit better. Really like dark foresty green browns. And the other cool thing is that this kit comes with actual decals, like actual water slide decals. Most of the entry grade kits, high grade, they come with like stickers, like metal foil stickers. They're all right, but I think it's pretty cool that these actually come with some nice water slide decals. And I haven't built one of these kits in a long time. I'd say I think the last time I put together a Gundam kit was maybe 2016. So there's been a lot of cool innovations they're engineering. Thing that surprised me was when I was opening up this kit, it comes with this, and this is like, it's hard to see, but it's rubber. The kit has these like armor plate skirt things, and you can build them hard plastic, but they don't move around all that great. And I just thought this was kind of like a cool little thing where you could have these on there instead, and they'll just like flex and move around when you want to pose your Gundam kit. I'm not super into the aspect of the hobby where they, you know, do all the cool poses and like, you know, take pictures and all that kind of stuff. I'm more like, I want it to look really nice and clean and maybe paint it. So I'll be doing it with the actual hard plastic pieces. But I do think it's cool that they add that for the people that like to treat their Gunpla more like action figures. That's a really neat little thing. Yeah, and so this is same as this. This kit is like the same parts as this one, but it's molded in a different color scheme. See that it's like this is the instruction manual, but then you have this little insert that's like, hey, this like one little piece is different, and there's your color guide to where all the decals are supposed to go. So right now I just want to kind of start the process of taking the parts out and seeing how this thing goes together, putting some pieces together. I kind of want to paint it. I might have to do a test and see how the decals look over the plastic. Sometimes with these Gundam kits, you can put the decals right onto the colored plastic and then seal it in with varnish and it looks fine. Sometimes not. We're just gonna have to see how these specific ones are. Get our options going here. And for anybody who hasn't done these before, they're super fun, really easy. You don't have to glue anything if you don't want to. So if you're just like a fan of cool robot stuff, like maybe all you've been doing is Warhammer, and you want something that's just like, you know what, I just want to put together a cool model kit for my shelf, have in my collection. This is just something you can do on a weekend, and it's like really stress-free. What I like to do a lot of times, especially if I'm going to paint stuff, is there's a few things. I have a part I can show. Sometimes these parts go together and there's just like the tiniest little seam line, and I like to run some plastic cement in there just to fuse those two together, that kind of thing, but you don't have to. Oh wow, look at this. This is another thing I didn't even notice. Let me see if I can grab this. You know, I totally thought the shoulder pad would be two pieces. See our cool Zaku shoulder pad. And it's just one whole piece. No need for removing the seam line. That's really cool. Man, this is gonna be cool. I haven't done one of these in a long time, so I'm excited. Alright, so first thing I need to do is get a little organized. Obviously, the instructions are not in English, but everything is lettered in and numbered in letters and numbers that are easy to see. And there's a couple of little things in English. So like I know that this runner is letter E for echo. So anytime something says like E5 or whatever, I know to look here. Looks like this is just weapons and hands, so I probably won't need that to start off. This one is C1. Looks like I will need that, so I want that in close reach. Got B2, 1B2. C2. This is all these where I can reach it. All right, where are we starting? So we need C1, 21. Wrong one. Okay. All right, this is C1. All right, C1, 21. Go. Boop. So my sharp flush cutters, snip these off. Most of the time, these flush cutters are good enough to where I don't really have to clean anything up, but you want to, little slicey slice. A B A5. Okay. Sometimes like so I know that this piece is like part of the inner skeleton, so I don't really care how that looks most of the time, but I know that this piece is like an exterior piece of armor. So what I want to do is I kind of want to clip like and actually leave a little bit of a nub in there. Because sometimes what can happen is if you try to flush cut it and your snippers aren't really sharp, you're not actually cutting the plastic, you're like squeezing it until it breaks, and that can discolor the plastic. Leave like this like stress mark. And so because I'm operating under the assumption that I may or may not paint this, like maybe not, I want to try to leave that plastic as nice as I can. Then I've got there is one. Could have a like really fine grit skin too. Sort of. Darn. I do with get some script. Obviously, it's not my fault. Oh well. Find it eventually. I'm sure I'll find it when I don't even need it. So what I'd like to do is kind of use some of that polishing grit to clean the plastic up a little bit more. I'm just king of misplacing stuff. Organizers. Right, remember. Found it. Oh, brush soap was sitting on top of it. Didn't even realize. It's like this. And this guy. Oh, this is like a hinge of some sort. So they're just like that. Cool. Okay. So, it's in there. This guy. Oh, I see it. So this looks like the torso. Got some twists. Next joint. Cool. Gently squeeze those two together. Two. this is here. Okay, so okay, makes a lot more sense. Anytime I'm doing this, I'm like, that doesn't feel right. It's probably because I'm doing it wrong. Goes in there. Slides onto eggs. So. Neat, neat, neat. Okay. Now this piece is different. It says we want piece C1 38. Slides into these pegs. Oop. Okay. While we're doing this, we want to end that up like so. So these are good. Okay. So this is spread out. These little tabs. This is normally somewhere where like You don't have to, but I would probably glue these into place. And being friction fit in there seems not great. They won't go anywhere unless you mess with them, but... Alright. Base. Okay. This little guy. Ball joint. Seeing. Pops into here. So there's like, I guess they did away with the old polycap system. They don't even have those anymore. It's so cool. I don't know what this like this plastic right here is, but it's definitely like a little bit softer. Maybe it's a more like high test, like friction proof plastic they're using now for these joints. They used to be a big issue back in the day was they had these little like rubbery polyplastic joint pieces. People call them polycaps. That was where you'd put like all your ball joints and different things like that, like connector pieces. They were all polycaps, which was cool because they didn't wear out the way that this hard plastic does when you put it under stress like that. But they did eventually wear out. So over time, what would happen is, your really cool Gundam kit that you had in this like sick pose on its little stand on the shelf, like eventually those like rubbery joint pieces would stop being able to hold their shape, and then like your model would get all droopy. It's cool that they kind of have this new system in place. So opposite send this. Slide that in. Tight. It's in like this. Oh yeah. It's a torso piece. Spam. What's up? Did I follow? This one, right? Fuel. Gotta have little Zaku command fin. This little tab. Slice this flush. we start with this. To up. Okay. On there. Front. Okay, skinny and forward. On there. This is where we would put our little sticker. Guess like put it on there for the time being. But yeah, eventually this is gonna be something that I replace with a part that'll be painted. And then this ring sits on there. This goes up. And see, the cool thing is there's this little tab. And so you can like move the little tab around, but in a certain direction. Just have them straightforward. And slides in here. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's starting to look like a Zaku now. All right, so what's next? Like arms. Renegade, yeah. So all of the Gundam kits are just snap fit. It's one of the cool things. Like right now, what I'm doing is just I'm just putting it together for like the fun of putting it together. Um, but what I'm going to end up doing is taking it apart and figuring out what I can get away with gluing. So I think this arm is going to be a good example. Where you have these two pieces that fit together, and there might be like a tiny little seam that runs down the middle. So that might be somewhere where I run some plastic glue and fuse that. And then I'll end up painting in the model. If you want to do one just for the fun of like putting it together, having it on your shelf, you don't have to glue anything. They're like Bandai's really good about not needing glue. There was some kits like when I was a little kid, like in the 90s, that needed glue, but they walked away from that quickly. Like I remember there was kits in the early 2000s where they would want you to put like they had these like tiny little screws, like metal screws, and you would like screw pieces together rather than glue them. Like they were like, no, we don't want to use glue. Okay, so this piece, this little guy goes so. And joint piece that's in here. This goes. Okay, yeah. See, so like right along here is somewhere where I'd probably want to run a little bit of glue. Little blemish in the plastic. So that's fine for right now. But like if I was gonna paint, when I go to paint this model, probably what I'll do is like fuse this together with plastic glue, and then it'll just be like one piece that I paint. Oh yeah, dude. This is so many pieces. Okay. And this is like so they're all broken down into grades. So like the different tiers of models are called grades. This is a high grade, which is like kind of the basic one. Your beginner level. They have one called entry grade that's the same scale but way less parts. And that one's more for like your like extra super duper beginners. pretty much anybody can do a high grade. And the other grades like go up from it, so you're getting like some get larger, so like master grade is like one more, and they're slightly larger than high grade, and then you have perfect grade, which are like quite a bit bigger and more pieces, very complicated. And then you have real grade, and real grade are the same scale as high grade, but they have way more parts, because those are all about like being like ultra detailed. But most of the time I just like doing high grades because they're easy, and I don't really do Gundam stuff to build them. I do it more as like I want one that I'm going to spend a while on and paint it, and so like I kind of focus more on the ease of painting rather than having a billion parts. Hey, Teo, what's going on? So it's a little weird, right? Because like Games Workshop doesn't use a consistent scale. So they say 28 heroic, right? But that's for like infantry. The game itself does not use a consistent scale. Like if they did, like, so if you were to actually use like 28 millimeter heroic, and you were to take like a space marine, you were like, okay, so we know that like a space marine is like 2 meters exactly, like top of the head, bottom of the feet, 2 meters. That's our measurements, right? So if you were to actually like scale out everything in the game using that as your metric, like the game would be unplayable because stuff would be so preposterously huge. Like, so it's really hard to like dictate, oh, let me bring stuff from this other scale into Warhammer, because like Warhammer is like a kludge of different scales. Most high grade kits are probably around the size of like a Riptide. They're not big enough to be a like a Questoris size Night Titan, because they're not tall enough or bulky enough. And they're like a little too big to be armigers. I have, if you've ever seen the Joy Toy brand action figures for 40K, I have some on the shelf behind me. They're kind of hard to see, but that is about how big most high grade kits are. Oh, Duff coming in with a raid. What's up, dude? Like, I'll show you. I've got an alternate armiger right here. Kind of an old style dude, and so you can just see that like he's gonna stand probably like head and shoulders taller than this armiger. Let's see how we're got kind of added joint. Awesome, dude. Well, I appreciate the raid. Drive goes well. Be safe. Happy Thanksgiving. Got some forearms. Nice. One. Now we get a little weird because the arms are asymmetrical. At least on Zaku's. Just for reference, like the scale at which high grades are is 1/144th. I think it actually says this paper. Oh wait, no, it says on the box. You look in the box here. Its real height is 17.5 meters. Oh yeah, like there's definitely been multiple times that I've seen people use altered like kit bashed Gundam kits in 40K. So we need one. There. Here. Cool. I miss a step. Oh, fuck. Totally did. We were talking and I missed a step. So we need 10, 11, and 14. For a really long time, I've been hoping that somebody would get the rights to do a Gundam tabletop game. There's been so many attempts in the past. The problem is that, like, when people do it on their own, you can't really, like, distribute it. Bandai will get mad at you. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Certainly would be pretty neato. Accept action. This goes in there. Ooh, lots. Ooh, a lot of articulation. Look at that. This is blowing my mind. And yep. A lot of articulation. Little shoulder pad sheet. What I'm saying. Why is it hinged like that? That's the case. Okay. All right. But yeah, that'd be cool. Here's the spikes. Oh, oh no. See, let me think this. Okay, I was about to freak out for a second. Spread the spikes. Two different. Thought I lost one. Yeah, torso coming together. Heck yeah. Some hate. Ooh, that. Seriously gonna be that wiggly? But I just. Not actually. Could a bear just like sit in there? Make sure to like miss some really important thing. It's just how it goes. Look up on, see if there's like a fix. Okay, well, starting to look like a Zaku. Definitely got the arm articulation like way down. So much tighter than it used to be. See if what I can do about the wrists. That's like, that's not cool. Might just be a quirk of this line of model kits. See if there's something I can do, like some aftermarket stuff I can do to it to fix that. But like, you know, it's coming together. That'll be cool. That's right about an hour and a half. So that was fun. Enjoyed that. I'll probably keep working on this in my own time. It's Thanksgiving week, so not be streaming on Friday. Means I'll come back next week. We'll hit the ground running with more Warhammer stuff. Or I might do some Halo. We'll see. So I've got a bunch of stuff like these guys. So this is one of the Spartans that I printed in this scale of the new Flashpoint game. And I finally got my Flashpoint box set in the mail, so I'll be like learning how to play that. And I've got the let's go grab. So if you pre-ordered the big box set, get the Master Chief, with plasma sword. Yeah. Really excited to paint him, so it'll be cool. Yeah, let's see. This is like the first time I've actually measured my guys. Yeah, that looks just about perfect as far as scale goes. Faces are a little too big. Not a crazy amount, but it's fine. Yeah, really excited for this game. Come back and work on the Master Chief, because he's going to be different painting process than what we're used to. You can see he's got a lot of really nice detail, but it's shallow. It doesn't stand as proud or like as deep in the panel lines as what we're used to with 40K. So painting this guy is going to require a little bit different techniques than what we're used to. So that'll be a good like educational stream when I work on this guy. Yeah, up close. Looking pretty cool. Most definitely a Zaku kit. Fun to get him together. Just painting on that, but time for me to get out of here. So let's find somebody to raid. See, look at this. Well, this person's working on a giant spider. Cool. Let's go check that out. Gilded Brush Studios. I'll raid them. Alright, so I hope you'll have a nice Thanksgiving. I'll see you next week. I'm going to start this raid up. Catch you next time.